If you've been scrolling through endless pages of reflector kits, watching side-by-side videos, and still feeling like the decision is a shot in the dark, this review is here to clear that fog. I've spent the past few weeks actually setting up shoots with a handful of Godox reflector kits, swapping panels, testing mounting options, and watching the light behave in real apartments, studios, and even a cramped backyard. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the core problem most of us face when we buy reflectors. We want something that adapts quickly to changing light conditions, but we also don't want to lug around a massive metal box every time we head out the door. The Godox Liteflow K1 Reflector Kit tries to walk that line by offering a modular system of lightweight panels, a sturdy aluminum frame, and a carry case that looks more like a photographer's toolbox than a piece of gym equipment. The question is whether these promises translate into something that makes your workflow smoother, not more complicated. The kit arrives in a compact, hard-shell case that neatly divides the components. Inside you'll find 4 Liteflow 50 density panels, 4 Liteflow 25, and 4 Liteflow 15, plus the aluminum frame, 2 WMR rail mount receivers, a WMS rail mount, a small tool pouch, and the usual set of screws. The panels themselves are a thin, flexible material that folds like a soft sheet of paper and snaps into place on the frame without any fiddly clamps. When you're in a studio, that means you can pull a 50 density panel out of the case, snap it onto the frame, and you have a solid, half-stop diffusion surface in under a minute. In the field, the same process takes about the same amount of time, and the whole kit weighs just under 8 pounds, light enough for a single person to carry up a flight of stairs, yet solid enough that you won't feel it wobble when a breeze pops up. Now, why does the density rating matter in everyday shoots? The 7 density panel, though not included in this specific kit, is the ultrasoft, almost translucent option you'd pull for a subtle fill on a portrait. The 15 density panels are your go-to for a gentle diffused look that softens shadows without flattening the scene. The 25 density panels lean a bit more toward a traditional reflector, providing a brighter bounce while still smoothing out harsh highlights. And the 50 density panels act like a whiteboard, hard, bright, and great for creating a strong, directional fill. Having these 3 gradations in the same kit means you can switch from a barely there fill to a strong bounce in the same shooting day without having to buy separate reflectors. One of the biggest hidden trade-offs in many reflector kits is how they mount onto light stands or rails. Godox supplies both WMR and WMS rail mount receivers, and I found that the WMR receivers lock onto standard grip heads with a solid click and stay put even when I lean the reflector at a steep angle. The WMS rail mount, on the other hand, slides smoothly along a 15mm rail, letting you adjust the panel's position without taking the whole assembly off the stand. In practice, the WMS system saved me about 30 seconds per setup because I could simply slide the reflector left or right while the camera was already rolling. That may not sound like much, but over a half-day shoot those seconds add up to a calmer workflow and a happier crew. From a durability standpoint, the aluminum frame feels industrial. It's been sanded to a matte finish, which means it doesn't reflect light itself, a small but noticeable advantage when you're trying to keep the scene clean. I gave the frame a few hard knocks, a bump against a car door, a tumble down a small flight of stairs, and even a bit of rain when I accidentally left the case open in a drizzle. The frame held up without any warping, and none of the mounting holes stripped. The panels, being made of a flexible polymer, are less forgiving. A sharp edge can snag them if you're not careful when folding them back into the case. In my experience, once you get the habit of tucking the panels away slowly and avoiding metal corners, the panels stay intact for months. Who should consider buying the Godox Liteflow K1? If you're a portrait photographer who jumps between indoor studio sessions and outdoor location shoots, the kit provides the flexibility to shape light on the fly. Event photographers' weddings, graduations, corporate functions will also appreciate the quick change panels, because you can adapt to varying ambient lighting without swapping gear. Semi-professional videographers who need a portable diffuser for interviews or product demos will find the lightweight frame and modular panels a good match for the compact gear they already carry. Who might want to skip it? If you're an absolute beginner who only needs a single softbox or a basic whiteboard reflector, the array of panels could be overkill and add unnecessary complexity. The kit also assumes you already own a compatible grip head or rail system. It doesn't include those accessories.